Okay, so have you ever seen Inception? You know that whole thing where they're like sharing dreams and messing with people's heads?
Yeah, definitely a mind bender.
Well, this whole deep dive kind of feels like that. We've got these articles, right? And they're all about this company, REMspace. And get this, they're saying they've cracked two-way communication in dreams.
It's wild, right? And it's not just like sending a message into a dream, which is already insane. This is full on back and
Does
forth.
they ever going to be sending dream text now? What's the dream version of you up?
Laughs. Not quite. We're not at full sentences or anything like that yet. Think more along the lines of Morse code, but in your sleep.
Okay, but even that, I mean, the fact that it's even possible, it's like, how do you even begin to?
Right. It's pretty groundbreaking stuff.
So let me get this straight. We're talking about someone in, like, New York having a dream and someone in Tokyo sending them. What, like dream snippets,
Yeah.
instructions on how to dream better.
It's more about conveying information at this point. Think of it like this. REMspace has figured out a way to tap into your brainwaves while you're having a lucid dream.
Okay, hold up. Lucid dreaming. For those of us who haven't quite figured out how to control our dreams, what does that even mean?
So basically, it's the difference between just dreaming and knowing that you are dreaming while it's happening. And not just knowing, but being able to influence what happens.
So it's like you're aware enough in the dream to kind of direct things.
Exactly. Now, on top of that, imagine a system, a language designed specifically for your dreaming brain. That's what REMspace has developed. They call it Remmyo, and it's almost like a coding language for your subconscious. They use that, along with timed sounds and sensory cues, to transmit information directly to the sleeping brain.
Wait, back up a second. Sensory too. So it's not just about what you hear in the dream. It's like other senses too.
Think about it. They're trying to influence the entire experience of the dream, not just insert a voiceover. That's what makes it so much more complex.
My brain is officially fried. And we're just getting started. Okay, so they've got the lucid dreaming thing down. They've got the tech. They've got this Remmyo language. What exactly happened on September 24th that has everyone freaking out?
Okay, so picture this. Two people, both hooked up to this REMspace tech, both in separate locations, both deep in lucid dreams. On September 24th, 2024, they managed to send a single word in Remmyo from one dreamer to the other.
A single word. That's like the world's worst text conversation.
It's not about what the word was. It's about the fact that they did it at all. It's like, remember the first time someone sent an email, no one cared what it said, they cared that it worked.
So where do we even go from a single word? What's the big picture here?
Well, that's the thing, right? It's not really about the word itself. It's about what it represents.
Okay, so what does it represent? What are we even talking about here? Green tech.
Yeah, it's kind of a whole new world, isn't it?
It is. So, like, give us the rundown. What's REMspace actually hoping to achieve with all of this?
Well, one of the things they're most excited about is using this tech for therapy.
Dream therapy. That sounds kind of out there. Like, is this going to help me stop having those dreams where I show up to work in my underwear?
It's not exactly about interpreting your dreams. It's more about using this technology to actually help people work through things, therapeutically while they're dreaming.
Okay, so walk me through this because I'm not totally following.
So think about it. You're in a lucid dream, right? You're aware that you're dreaming and you have some control. What if, in that state, you could confront your phobias or process trauma, all in a safe, controlled environment?
I guess it makes sense. Our dreams already feel so real anyway.
Exactly. Our brains basically react the same way whether we're awake or having a vivid dream. So the potential here is huge.
So are we talking about therapists needing to become dream interpreters then?
Our REMspace is actually working on ways to translate your brain activity while you're dreaming into understandable data.
Wait, so they could actually see what you're dreaming? That feels like a major privacy issue waiting to happen.
That's a valid concern for sure, and REMspace knows it. They keep saying that consent and data security are their top priorities.
Okay, but even if they're being super careful, are we going to start seeing dream ads now? Is that what this is leading to? Subliminal messages and stuff?
It's a slippery slope for sure. I think that's a conversation we need to have as a society, right? Just because we can do something doesn't mean we should.
Totally. But okay, let's say we can keep the whole thing ethical and all that. How realistic is it that this could actually become like a normal thing? Am I going to have a dream helmet next to my phone on my nightstand in 5 years?
Well, REMspace is moving fast. I mean, they're saying they're going to have commercial devices ready as early as next year.
Wait, next year?
Yeah, it's going to be limited at first, super expensive, probably only for research and stuff, but they're thinking that by, say, 2030, 2035, this tech could be everywhere, just like smartphones are now.
Whoa, okay. That's a lot.
Mm.
So we talked about dream therapy, maybe dream advertising. Hopefully not. What else? What else are they thinking they can use this for?
Well, one of the things they mentioned was problem solving, using lucid dreaming to, work through creative blocks and things like that.
You're saying I could literally sleep on a problem and wake up with the answer.
It sounds kind of crazy, I know.
Wow.
But they're basically saying that you can tap into, like, the creative power of your subconscious mind in a much more intentional way using this tech.
Okay, I gotta admit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But also kind of creepy. Like, how much are we going to blur the line between our waking lives and our dreams?
It's the million-dollar question, right? It's both exciting and kind of unsettling at the same time.
Totally. I feel like we're talking about something totally brand new here. It's like we're standing at the edge of, like, this whole new frontier.
That's a great way to put it. It's a whole new frontier, and we really have no idea what to expect, which is kind of terrifying.
And exciting.
Yeah, definitely exciting too.
Okay, so we've gone full-on sci-fi here. But let's try to bring it back to reality for a second. This single word thing. It might not sound like much, but it sounds like it could be a really big deal.
It is. And if history has taught us anything about tech, it's that once these kinds of breakthroughs happen, things can change really, really fast.
It's like we're standing on the edge of something huge, right?
Yep.
Like we're about to jump off a cliff and we have no idea what's at the bottom.
And not just us. This whole thing, this dream tech, it's going to impact everyone eventually.
Exactly. Okay, so what's next for this whole thing? Where do we even go from here?
Well, REMspace, they're definitely thinking big picture, like way beyond just this one experiment.
Like what? Give us the good stuff.
Okay, so we talked about the therapy aspect, right? But they're saying this technology, this could be huge for like personal growth in general.
So not just fixing what's broken, but like leveling up.
Exactly. Using lucid dreaming to, I don't know, practice skills.
Yeah.
Work through creative ruts, even just process your emotions in a more healthy way.
Hold on. Are you saying I could finally learn how to play piano if I just dream about it hard enough?
Not exactly, but you get the idea. What if you could practice, like anything, in your sleep, without even having to get out of bed? The possibilities are kind of mind-blowing.
Okay, that's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
But also a little weird, right? Like, what happens to the whole idea of hard work and practice when you can just dream your way to success?
Right. It definitely challenges some of our assumptions about like what it means to learn and grow and about the role technology should play in all of this.
Okay, so big picture questions aside, let's talk about access, because this all sounds great, but who's actually going to have access to this technology? Are we all going to be walking around with dream helmets in 5 years?
That's the million-dollar question, right? Because this technology really is as powerful as it seems. We need to make sure it's not just benefiting like the privileged few.
It's easy to get caught up in all the excitement, but yeah, there are some real ethical considerations here.
And not just ethical, but philosophical too. Like, if we can control our dreams, does that change what it means to be human?
Whoa, okay. You're really going to drop that on us right before we wrap up.
Sorry. It's just this whole thing. It's like opening Pandora's box, right? There's so much potential, but also so much uncertainty.
No, you're totally right. And I think that's a good place to leave it for today. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely a lot to think about.
So to everyone listening, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on all of this? Would you ever try dream tech? What would you want to explore in the vast landscape of your own mind? Let us know because this conversation is just getting started. Until next time, sweet dreams, everybody.